A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everybody and welcome back to A+ English. I'm Pat.
And I'm Elsie.
And we're on day 3 of our story article, Frindle. We know that this kid, Nick, has made up a word, frindle. He's become famous with it.
Right.
But he kind of made his teacher, Mrs. Granger, angry, and they're having a bit of a competition. We're not sure what's going to happen with that, but there's a sealed envelope that he's going to have to open when all this is over. But before we carry on with the story, let's go to our warm-up question. What kind of gift would you give a teacher?
要给老师什么礼物哦？
A big box of headache pills.
Yeah, 头痛药是一定要的。
Yeah, you need a lot of
painkillers.
Right, yes. If you're a teacher, yeah.
So as a teacher myself, I would like to get like painkillers, you said, and maybe a bottle of wine, and maybe some ice cubes for me to cool down.
Okay, I would get a very long stick so that I can poke the students who sit at the back and say, "Oi, you, pay attention." And I don't need to sit up.
Right,
You know, I don't
you
need
just need to
walk
poke.
over. Yeah, oi, you, all around the room. So that would be extremely useful. So, yeah, if you want to get me a gift, a big, long stick. But what are we going to learn about in today's article? The story of Frindle and how it finishes. Let's read on.
Frindle. Warm-up question. What kind of gift would you give a teacher?
A local businessman trademarks the word frindle. He sells pens with frindle on them. He and Nick's father set up a secret trust fund for Nick. Nick will get 30% of the frindle income from now on. 10 years later, Nick turns 21 and learns about his trust fund. He now has millions of dollars. He gets a package from Mrs. Granger. Inside is a new dictionary and the old sealed envelope. Mrs. Granger planned to send the letter when frindle was in the dictionary. Now it's on page 541. Nick sets up a $1 million trust fund for scholarships in Mrs. Granger's name. He also sends her a beautiful gold frindle.
Okay, so we know now that Frindle is famous. Nick is famous. Everybody in the country knows about this idea of Frindle. And we see in the article, a local businessman trademarks the word Frindle.
A local businessman. But what is a businessman? 我们先看一下吧。Businessman 指的是呢生意人、商人。那如果呢你要做出性别之分的话 ，man 拿掉改成 woman 也是可以的。Business woman 那就是女性的生意人。那生意人做生意呢，我们用的动词就是 do business。那还有啊，做生意的时候有营业的时间是 business hours。那有的时候呢，我们工作还要出差旅行，那我们就会说 go on a business trip。那再来呢 business 也可以是事情的意思，像是呢你可能会听到人家说 mind your own business， 那就是少管闲事，管好你自己的事情就好了。那单字例句给的是呢 Mark is a businessman and he sells many kinds of toys in Taiwan. Mark 是位商人，他在台湾贩售很多种类的玩具。
So these days we do like to use business person more often. We don't want to highlight man woman stuff as much. So we could say the MRT was full of business people on their way to work.
所以呢，尽量不要有性别之分的话，我们就用 business person 或者是复数 business people。那再来呢，还有一个动词，我们看到的是 trademark。 它是替某物注册商标的意思哦。
Yeah, it's kind of registering this thing with a government body. So you say, this is my word, this is my badge, so you can't use it. Nobody else can use it without paying me money. So I can't call my new drink Cola Coca because Coke trademarked the name. Their name and mine is too close. The same for my Pikey trainers.
Pikey trainers.
Yep, can't use that either. Trademarked.
没错，所以当一个东西被注册商标之后呢，其他人就不可以用了。所以当地的一位商人替 Frindle 注册了商标。
And what does he do with it? Now he's trademarked it. We see he sells pens with Frindle on them.
OK， 所以他就用这个商标来卖笔 ，like a label.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a brand now. So, well, what about Nick though? Like, he came up with this word. What about him? Doesn't he get anything out of this?
Maybe.
Well, we'll see. He, that's the businessman, and Nick's father set up a secret trust fund for Nick.
Set up 这个片语是设置、设立 ，and it's a secret trust fund.
Yeah, so let's look at set up. That just means you start it, you create it, you make it. For example, when I moved to Taiwan, I had to set up a new bank account. But this one is secret.
Right, secret 这边呢用来当形容词哦。那我们来看一下它的解释是什么。当形容词用的 secret 解释为秘密的、保密的，所以我们可以说 keep something secret from somebody， 也就是将某事保密，不要让别人知道。So for example, they kept the surprise party secret from Jason， 代表他们将惊喜派对保密，不让 Jason 知道。那还有什么样是秘密的东西呢？像是 a secret mission， 秘密的任务。A secret recipe 秘密的食谱，好，我们都会用 secret 来形容。那另外呢 secret 当然也可以当名词用，代表秘密、秘诀或诀窍。所以我们可以说 What's the secret of being such a great cook？ 当一个这么棒的厨师有什么样的秘诀呢？那单字例句给的是 Jack hid inside a secret room behind a wall. His parents couldn't find him. Jack 躲在墙壁后面的一间密室，他的父母找不到他。
We could also say, there's a secret present for my wife under my bed.
那这边呢，我们的秘密的东西是 trust fund，信托基金。
So this is like, it's like a savings account, but it's for somebody else. You're kind of holding that money for them and you'll give it to them later. And when they grow up, usually. So it's something that adults would do, parents for children, organizations for people, children, and that kind of thing. You could say, my parents made a trust fund to me to help pay for my university costs. They kind of keep the money and leave it there and nobody can touch it until I'm going to university. And then, okay, that money is now available and it can pay for my college fees.
OK， 所以像是爸妈可能会为小孩设立信托基金，为将来的学费啊，或是等等的开销打算。那这位商人，这个 businessman， 和 Nick 的爸爸为 Nick 设立了这个信托基金 ，but it's a secret now.
Yeah, Nick doesn't know about it, but as we see in the article, Nick will get 30% of the Frindle income from now on. So yeah, money is just gonna be coming in.
He won't get all of it, but
No.
only 30% of the Frindle income.
That's pretty fair. I think maybe it should be 50-50 because he came up with the word, but if the businessman's doing all the work, 30% of the income, okay, fair enough.
Not bad, right? But what does income mean? Let's find out. Income 这个名词呢，代表收入、收益。那如果收入高，你就用 high 来形容；低的话，我们就用 low 来说。那 somebody's annual income 代表的是某人的年收入。那收入不够高的话没关系 ，you can do something else to increase your income。我们可以用 increase 这个动词啊，来代表提高收入。那单词例句给的是呢 ，It's best to save at least 20% of your income every month。最好将你每个月至少20%的收入存起来。
I could also say my income goes down during Chinese New Year because I don't work as much.
那再来呢，还有一个片语是 from now on，从现在开始。
Yeah, starting now and continuing all through the future. So you could say, I'm going to start exercising 3 times a week from now on, starting now.
那 Nick 从现在开始就可以得到 Frindle 的30%的收入。
So it was a secret. He didn't know about this, but we see in the article 10 years later. So, okay, he was in 5th grade, and now we see 10 years later, Nick turns 21. That means he becomes 21. And learns about his trust fund.
So he was too young, right?
Yeah,
And
of course.
now he's 21. 那他就可以 learns about his trust fund. 这边的 learn 意思比较特别，我们来看一下吧。这里的 learn 代表的是得知某个消息哦，所以我们可以说 I've learned that somebody broke into our neighbor's house and stole their money. 代表我得知了这个消息，哪个呢？有人闯进我邻居的家，并且偷了他们的钱。那当然 learn 也可以当作学习，像是 learn English, learn a lesson, learn to swim. For example, I enjoy learning English. What about you? 我非常享受学英文，那你呢？课文例句给的是Kelly learned about the typhoon day from her friend. Kelly 从她朋友那边得知会放台风假。
So this isn't about like I'm learning English, I'm learning science in school. This is about finding out particular facts. Like I didn't learn the truth about Santa Claus until I was 7 or 8.
OK， 那这边呢，我们说到10年之后，21岁的 Nick 得知了关于信托基金的事。What is he going to do about it?
Well, firstly, we need to find out what's in that trust fund. So he's like, his dad maybe says to him, Nick, I've been saving money for you from Frindle for 10 years. And the article says, he now has millions of dollars.
Wow, millions of dollars. Million 是百万，所以 millions of dollars 就是数百万元。那单位往小一点走 ，thousand 是千，所以 thousands of dollars 那就是数千元。再来还有 hundred 是百 ，hundreds of dollars 那就是数百元。
You could say, this library has thousands of books, or Amazon sells millions of things every year. So Nick is now super rich, and at the same time, he gets a package from Mrs. Granger.
哦，他收到来自 Mrs. Granger 的包裹。Is the sealed envelope in it?
Indeed, the article says inside is a new dictionary.
Wow.
And the old sealed envelope.
里面呢有新的字典和旧的密封的那个信封。
And we see in the article it says Mrs. Granger planned to send the letter when Frindle was in the dictionary.
哇哦，所以Mrs. Granger 计划在 Frindle 这个字被列入字典之后，寄这封信给 Nick. So she was not mad at Nick for not doing his homework.
Maybe a little, but I think she also appreciates what he's
Right.
done, and she kind of admits, like, okay, you won. You got
Yeah.
this word in the dictionary. As we see, now it's on page 541, or 541.
第541页有这个字 Frindle is on it.
Okay, and Nick kind of remembers this, and he decides, what am I going to do with the money? I'm going to do some good. We see Nick sets up a $1 million trust fund for scholarships in Mrs. Granger's name. This is kind of a complicated idea, so let's sort of take it one step at a time. So he's setting up a trust fund. So again, he's putting money, $1 million there, for other people to use when they get old enough.
对的，所以他这边设立的信托基金就不是为自己，是为别人。那这个信托基金是要给别人来当什么呢 ？Scholarship，scholar 是学者，那 scholarship 代表的是奖学金。
Yeah, scholarships is money that you get to go and get an education. If you can't afford to go to university, maybe you can get a scholarship from a government, from a private organization to help you pay. For example, we could say, thanks to the scholarship, the poor kid was able to go to college. Now, this isn't in his name. He's not saying this is the Nick Frindle Fund or something. He's using Mrs. Granger's name. It's in her name.
In somebody's name 代表是以某人的名义，所以这里不是以 Nick 的名义，是以老师的名义。那我们先进到 Magic Box 听讲师讲解。
Magic
Box。Hello， 大家好，我是艾赛。今天的 Magic Box 呢，要来介绍给大家 name 这个字呢的不同用法。那 name 呢，当做名词的话呢，可以有表示有名字、名称，像是呢我们的中文里面有姓氏以及名字嘛。那姓氏的英文呢，其实就叫做 last name， 或者呢你可以叫 surname， 或者呢有人也会叫做 family name。那名字的话呢，则我们可以叫做 first name， 或者呢会有人叫做 given name。比如说呢，我的名字叫做 Isaac Wang， 那 Isaac 就是我的 first name， 那 Wang 呢就是我的 last name。那通常呢，我们会先写名字，再写姓氏哦，跟中文的用法是不太一样的。那也有一些呢和 name 一起使用的片语哦，比方说呢 by the name of 这个片语呢的意思有被点点点叫做，或者是有名叫点点点的意思。比方说呢 I want to talk to a man by the name of Brian， 我想要呢跟一个叫做 Brian 的男生说话哦。那当然呢，这句话呢，其实你也可以再简单一点点的说，就会变成 I want to talk to a man called Brian。那这样子讲也是没有问题的。再来哦，如果呢今天你看到有一个片语叫做 in the name of somebody， 或者是 in somebody's name， 那这个片语呢表示的意思呢，就是以某人的名义，或者是在某人名下这样的一个意思。那我们来造一个例句哦。This car is in my name。这台车呢是归于我的名下，言下之意呢就是这台车是用我的名义而去买的。那又或者呢 I booked a table in this fancy restaurant in the name of Ashley。我用 Ashley 的名字呢在这家高级餐厅呢订了一桌饭。那当然呢，其实这句话呢你也可以把它替换成 I booked a table in this fancy restaurant in Ashley's name。这样子的说法呢也是 OK 的。好啦，那今天介绍了一些 name 的这样的一个不同用法，希望你们都有学起来。那我们下次见，拜拜。
回到课文来呢，我们说到啊 ，Nick 他以 Mrs. Granger 的名义设立了一个100万元的信托基金奖学金。
Yeah, so this is like the Mrs. Granger Fund, and everybody who gets money from it is like, thank you, her. And it's kind of saying, you've been such a good teacher, you did such a great job, I now want to make you feel like you're helping so many other people, but showing you that I think you're great and I want everybody to know about you. We also see he also sends her a beautiful gold frindle.
哦，他也寄给他一个漂亮的 gold frindle， 金色的 frindle。
Yeah, a lovely frindle pen that she can write with. What
Nice.
a lovely gift. Well, that brings us to the end of our article, so now let's go to our final review time activity.
Review time.
Okay, so in the course of our 3 days of story, we've got 12 word power words.
12个字。What are we going to do with these 12 words?
We've got them written down. We're going to try and choose 2 at a time and make one sentence that uses both words.
Only one sentence.
One sentence.
只有一个句子，里面有2个字。好。
Go on then. Do you want to pick 2 and give it a try?
Sure. The first one. Secret.
Okay, and it's an adjective.
This one. Magazine.
Can you do a sentence?
I tried to publish a secret magazine for my friends.
Okay, so nobody would know about it.
Nobody, only my friends.
Okay, so just something for those. All right, let's see what I am going to do. I have punish, and I have point.
Point.
Okay.
Punish and point.
The little boy pointed at the moon, and he was punished by getting his ear cut.
耳朵被剪掉了。
Right, Chang'e didn't like that one little bit.
Chang'e didn't like it.
No, don't point at the moon, kids. It will hurt your ear. Okay. All right, that is all the time we have for today. But thank you for watching, everyone. For A+ English, I'm Pat.
I'm Elsie.
And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Frindle. Warm-up question. What kind of gift would you give a teacher?
A local businessman trademarks the word frindle. He sells pens with frindle on them. He and Nick's father set up a secret trust fund for Nick. Nick will get 30% of the frindle income from now on. 10 years later, Nick turns 21 and learns about his trust fund. He now has millions of dollars. He gets a package from Mrs. Granger. Inside is a new dictionary and the old sealed envelope. Mrs. Granger planned to send the letter when frindle was in the dictionary. Now it's on page 541. Nick sets up a $1 million trust fund for scholarships in Mrs. Granger's name. He also sends her a beautiful gold frindle.
Word power. Businessman. Businessman. Mark is a businessman, and he sells many kinds of toys in Taiwan. Mark is a businessman, and he sells many kinds of toys in Taiwan. Secret. Secret. Jack hid inside a secret room behind a wall. His parents couldn't find him. Jack hid inside a secret room behind a wall. His parents couldn't find him. Income. Income. It's best to save at least 20% of your income every month. It's best to save at least 20% of your income every month. Learn. Learn. Kelly learned about the typhoon day from her friend. Kelly learned about the typhoon day from her friend.
认识字汇
Trademark. Trademark. Trust fund. Trust fund. Scholarship. Scholarship.